I used to think that art was black and white. There are some things wrong and some things right, and if you want to be one of the great ones, your art needs to fall within the lines. Within the lines of a comic book strip, I tried to find myself. I fought with my brain to put words into art, to tell the stories of the characters drifting in my head on top of my shoulders connected to my spine. The science I understand. Science has answers I do not. I threw my pen across the room and turn over the page with the lines, and it seeps into my mind, you are not good enough. I find myself drawing online, abandoning the pen and pencils that failed me before, but as I sat on the bed, my brushstrokes just weren't the same as the artist I saw earlier that day, and when I ask my mother, can you tell who this is? And she says, I think so. And I cry, why? They tell you practice makes perfect, so I practice and I practice. I try to draw the science inside me, but science is beautiful, and I can see it in my mind behind my lids as I close my eyes, and I try to paint all those stories I know so well, but faces are hard. Stars are easy. Stars are just white dots on blue canvas. I can draw stars. I tack all my art up to the walls of my bedroom, my gallery, my studio, and as more and more paint spills onto my floor, a rainbow of colors marking my journey, mess that means something, I get better. For a while, all there was black and white. If I can do this, I can do anything, I told myself over and over, my hands stained shades of gray. My style began to find its way in little pieces of shadow and highlight. Black and white is pure. Black and white makes sense. Science makes sense in my head, on my shoulders, on my spine. The bones in my body have stories to tell, and I feel like I need to tell them. I start to draw them. Telling their stories. We all have bones inside us. They all have stories etched onto their surface, stories to be told to the world, beautiful stories, beautiful bones, bones mixed with nature, flowers and hearts alive and thriving, growing. I blossomed like the flowers on my paper. Color wove its way back onto my brush. I missed it so much. Black and white is so cold. Color makes you feel. The hearts I draw fill with blood, pulsing in its red glory, ebbing and flowing like the oceans I added blue. I let myself go, let the brush lead the way, stopped thinking, never losing my roots. I compared less and less and felt more and more. I drew what I liked, science and art, nature, bones mixed with stars and ground. We are all part of nature. Nature is not black and white. Nature has color, has feelings, has shadows and highlights and gray to fill in the spaces in between. And I felt my soul release itself as the stories I heard in my head painted themselves onto a canvas, and I became one with the colors. It's my bone on that canvas, my heart pulsing to the bloom of wildflowers, me at the base of a mountain looking up at the stars above me and feeling so small. But here I am happy. Here I have found myself. What I want you to understand is that you are you. Nothing can change the way you are. Nothing can change the bones in your body. Only you can tell the stories on their surface. Only you can bear them to the world. Peel back your skin and show your insides to the eager onlookers and say, this is me. Only you can be so brave. Your bones belong to no one. Your stories are yours and yours alone. If you spend all your life trying to tell the stories of others, you will never be satisfied. You will never be good enough. For a while, I did not think I was good enough. I looked at others and saw what I could be, what I should be, and because I couldn't capture their stories, bottle them as my own, I thought I would never be good enough, but I was wrong. I was good enough. At whatever you do, your stories are worth being told. You are more than what you think you are. 1,000 stars dancing in a galaxy of fiery red and misty blues, shining over trees and mountaintops. You are all that is beautiful in the world. Because you are you, no matter what you think you have to do, you are always good enough. You are good enough. Go tell your story. Go be you. Rip back your skin and bare your heart, your brains, your bones to the world. Go be brave. Go tell your story.